Hello and welcome to Thankful Thursday, everyone. So for today's class, we have our second edition of LifeForce Yoga planned for tonight. So last week we did LifeForce Yoga for when you're feeling kind of down or tamasic. So today is all about the Rajasic mood. So you can think of Rajasic as kind of revved up, whether it be anxious feelings or just like scattered all over the place, restless kind of thing. So LifeForce Yoga, as we talked about last week, was developed by Amy Weintraub, and it's yoga to balance out your mood. It uses Nada yoga, which is yoga with sound. It uses setting a safe container, so making sure everyone is comfortable in the room, Sankalpa or intention. It's going to use Asana, which is the movement, meditation, of course, the Mudra or the hand position. Looking at my notes, it's going to be a lot of cueing to sensation, the Pranayama Kriya, the breathing, Yoga Nidra. I think we've covered most of it. I do want to do a great big shout out to Amy today. Her book, her novel Temple Dancer, came out yesterday. It is absolutely fabulous. She also wrote the book Yoga Skills for Therapists and Yoga for Depression, which were fantabulous books as well, but more for the studious mind, so not a novel. This novel was amazing. So that came out. Check it out on Amazon. It's called Temple Dancer by Amy Weintraub. So again, we're getting into our LifeForce Yoga. You guys are going to have to excuse me a little bit because I was pressure washing. This is not the great. I'm not feeling that Rajasic, but I'm going to spice it up for you guys. I was out there pressure washing the deck before it started to pour here in Florida. So I also can't see very well. I had to take my contacts out. I did take a shower for you. It's very messy work. So getting back to where we are. So we're going to emphasize, because we're feeling Rajasic, we're feeling revved up. It could be anxious. It could be restless. So those R's, you can remember Rajasic, restless, revved up. So to calm ourselves down, we'll be doing some forward fold. We're going to use cooling sounds or mantra. We're going to cue to alignment. We want to keep the mind absorbed that way, and we're going to hold some of our poses a little bit longer. You can cue to counting the breath to do that. We also want to do some 4-6 breathing, so you want to think about lengthening your exhale. That's going to get you out of your fight or flight into rest and digest, so it's a calming thing by doing so. So, and keep in mind this LifeForce Yoga class, if I were teaching it in the studio here, it would be about 90 minutes, and we try to keep these classes 45 to 60 minutes as, free kind of service, a taster kind of thing. So it won't be the full shebang, but we're going to get some work here. So if we were coming in and we're kind of feeling restless, we would want to just say, okay, let's sit down and meditate. So if everybody's kind of feeling jazzy, revved up, we might start out with some breath of joy. So breath of joy is going to be 3 inhales and a ha. So it looks like a ha. So it can be done at various speeds, so you'll match your kind of mood. That's what it's all about, is meeting the mood. So I'm going to do a moderate pace. So inhale, 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 ha. Arms like a conductor. Ha. More. Last one. And then we can do what we call pulling prana. So you're going to have that little bounce in your knees. You can inhale the arms out and one hand at a time. And then slowing it down a little. Both hands. And then pausing. Maybe you close your eyes and just give yourself a little rock back and forth, feeling your feet firmly planted on the ground, all 4 corners of those feet grounding you into the earth. Just noticing where you are in space. Seeing, checking in, noticing what you notice. So we're going to take our middle and index fingers to touch our thumbs. So the it's middle and ring fingers. I'm dyslexic today. The pointer or index and pinky fingers are going to be extended. So it's kind of like that hang loose kind of look. The hands are just going to rest comfortably by the sides. You can soften the gaze again or close the eyes completely. Think about slowing the breath down now. Taking a 4-count inhale, bringing it up to the top, and then exhaling it down, lengthening that exhale to a 6 count. Even drawing the navel muscles slightly up and in. That's going to compress the vagus nerve. So that 3-part Dirga breath, diaphragmatic breathing. I'm just continuing to do so as I begin to talk to you. So this hand position in yoga or mudra is known as Apana Mudra. And so it is going to help open and balance the first and second chakras, which are your root and sacral, Muladhara and Svadhisthana. These are going to be your centers of safety, self-nourishment. So we're grounding ourselves down. This is also going to help to allow the breath to flow down into the base of the spine throughout the pelvic bowl. It's going to aid in supporting the health of course, the eliminatory and reproductive systems located down there. And it's also going to help to lower our blood pressure. So we're starting already to slow it down, but gradually it's going to assist us in grounding into the here and now and letting go of any attachments. And so I also have Balanced Oil by doTERRA to ground for this one. And continuing to take those deep breaths. Lengthening that exhale. You can even sigh it out like I did. That's a very calming kind of feeling. Again, that mouth, the kind of sounds in the mouth, the vibrations. They're also going to stimulate the vagus nerve, moving you into that rest and digest. If you like, you can repeat the following mantra silently to yourself, sensing into the universe's downward current of energy. I release anything that no longer serves me. And sensing into the universe's downward current of energy, I release anything that no longer serves me. And Pema Chodron said, the essence of life is that it's challenging. Sometimes it is sweet and sometimes it is bitter. Sometimes your body tenses and sometimes it relaxes or opens. Sometimes you have a headache and sometimes you feel 100% healthy. From an awakened perspective, trying to tie up all the loose ends and finally get it together is death, because it involves rejecting a lot of your basic experience. There is something aggressive about that approach to life, trying to flatten out all the rough spots and imperfections into a nice, smooth ride. And isn't it interesting, I wonder if you already know, that you are whole, perfect, and complete just as you are. You know, we all struggle from time to time with feelings of inadequacy, feelings of fear, not feeling good enough, yet that is all an illusion. In the highest sense of everything, we are all just doing our personal best, and that is more than good enough. What would it be like to embrace your whole self? All of your assets, and even those so-called defects, your whole being. You know, we really do need both. Without the dark, how would we even see the light? You might even begin to notice that your personal shadow side makes you all the more unique, all the more interesting. And so I'd like to invite you now to pause and breathe into your entire being. And imagine seeing something kind and something encouraging to yourself right now, silently if you like, whatever it might be, something that your soul is crying out to hear today, something tender, as if though you were your own best friend or speaking to a little child. Maybe it's something like, that's okay, sweetheart, whatever it is for you, taking that time now. That's right. And then beginning to formulate any intention known as Sankalpa that you might have for your practice today. So maybe it is about calming down, grounding down, whatever works for you today. Maybe it's about that inner dialogue of speaking kindly, taking the time out to appreciate who you are. Whatever it is, setting that intention for yourself. And then when you're ready, coming back to the room, shaking out the hands, fluttering the eyes wide open. And we'll move into some gentle sun salutations using Nada Yoga or sound yoga. I'm just making sure I have enough room here. Okay. So the sounds are going to be ma, ha, ra. So M-H-R. Okay. And then the final one, the fourth one, will be yam. So it's going to be your basic kind of sun salutation. You can make it your own, of course, if you're feeling a little more physical. I'm going to do it sideways here. So we can inhale up and then ma, ha, ra. Inhale, flatten out the back, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down. And then inhale up and close. Yam. That heart seed sound. Repeating. Mahara. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale up. Yam. Mahara. Exhale again. Yam. We'll do two more. Mahara. Yam. Last one. Mahara. Yam. Let the hands come down. You can soften the gaze and just notice what you notice here, feeling your feet firmly planted on the ground. Taking note of any changes, any shifts that may have occurred as the result of the beginning of the practice. And how is the breath flowing now? And then when you're ready, flutter the eyes open. Your feet are going to be about hip distance apart here. We're going to interlace our hands up above, stretching up. We can go side to side. Just humming it out. And then we're going to take a big inhale. So I'm going to be coming up onto the balls of my feet. At the top, my balance is up today. At the top, I'm going to hold my breath just as long as it's comfortable for me. When I'm ready to exhale, ing, ng, you can let the hands come down. And we'll repeat that 2 more times. Interlace, stretch them up. Lift onto the balls of the feet, hold the breath in. Last one, arms over, interlace, stretch it up. When you're ready, balls of the feet, hold the breath if comfortable. And then step your feet wide. Hands are going to interlace behind you again. So put a little soft bend in the knees so you don't hyperextend. We're going to do a forward fold, with Yoga Mudra, palms together, and the weight's more forward in the balls of the feet here. You can just hang out. Maybe you shift a little bit side to side with the arms, just letting go. You can nod the head yes, shake it no, letting go of all that sore forward folding, letting go of anything that no longer serves you, minding the breath, that 4 count inhale, deepening, lengthening the exhale. And then just letting the hands come down. You can ragdoll it side to side for a moment. And then toe heel the feet in. If it's appropriate for you, you can bend the knees and round up. If you have any osteoporosis, you never want to round your spine, then you'll flat back up. Either way, coming up, you can pause and shake it out for a little bit. We're going to move into Warrior 2. I'm going to do my good side. It's only about almost 3 months post total hip. We'll start on the left for me. You can start on either side you want. Start on my easier side for me. So your front heel is going to be in a line with the arch of your foot. A nice wide stance, hips square to the front of the room. So we're going to be going in and out of Warrior 2 and Reverse Warrior. Okay? So again, we're using that nada yoga or sound. So it's going to be rum. We'll do a few Warrior 2s first. Rum. Rum. Hold your Warrior 2. And the Reverse Warrior is going to be yam. Yam. Yum. Yum. And now we'll combine those. So rum. Yum. Rum. Yum. One more. Rum. Yum. Bring it up, release it. We're going to come back into our Warrior 2. We're going to come into side angle. We'll be holding our side angle for a little bit, so make it a comfortable one. You can always use a block if you like, which I should be using too cheap for my notes. Anyway, in our side angle, we're going to roll some of those cooling sounds. It's going to be vam, rum, yum, hum. So V for vam, R for rum, Y for yum, and H for hum. Vam, rum, hum, yum. 2 more times. Vam, hum, rum, yum. Vam, hum, rum, yum. Bring it back to Warrior 2. Power push the front leg straight. Inhale, reach all the way out. Exhale into your triangle, Trikonasana. You can use a block, of course. So you want to make sure that you're nice and square here. You're tucking the tush under, lengthening up. Now we're going to roll those sounds again. Rum, yum, hum. We'll just do 3 this side. Rum, hum, yum. Rum, hum, yum. And if you like, you can just hold and concentrate on the breath for a moment. Inhaling to 4. Lengthening that exhale to 6. You can be looking down or up, whatever is most comfortable for your neck. And then bend back into your Warrior 2. We're going to cartwheel that top hand down. Turn the right foot in and step your left or front foot back into your downward facing dog here. You can pause and walk out your dog, but is that highest peak of the triangle? You can nod the head yes, shake it no. Maybe you shift side to side, doing whatever feels right to you here. Just allowing the breath, any sounds to dance your body, dance your asana. Letting loose, getting what you need here. Turning my page. All right, so we're gonna move into some more of the cooling tones now. So the cooling tones are going to be the vowel sounds, the O, U, A, and E. So we started with more warming kind of tones, more active tones to meet us where we are, and now we're starting to cool it down. So you can inhale that right leg up, draw the knee in. You're going to bring your knee into around your right wrist. We're coming into a pigeon pose. You can use props. The right hip is my surgical hip, so I'm going to prop up as much as I need to, maybe a little more than normal after pressure washing for a couple hours. And take a big inhale. On the exhale, you can fold it forward into your sleeping pigeon, letting yourself relax as much as possible here. We're going to roll those cooling tones. So, O, U, A, E. If you needed, you could always have a block here. If your head comes down, you can rock it on the ground, walk your forehead back and forth. You can be doing that as you say, O, U, A, E. O, U, A, E. Planting your hands, we'll lengthen upwards here, and we'll repeat those sounds. O, U, A, E. O, U, A, E. One more. O, U, A, E. Nice. So from here, we're going to release out of our pigeon. So you can come back if you like to release. We're going to lower our knees to the ground, and we're going to come into a seated position here. Bring my legs out in front for this one. I like to bounce my legs out when I first come down. All right, so we're going to move into, so we'll lift our front leg, I think, yeah. So you can have I'm using my right leg to stretch up here. We're just gonna kind of bend the head forward, flexing the left. And so just breathing, bringing the head as close to the knees, comfortable for you. We're going to take those breaths in and then lengthen the exhales. About 3 breaths here. I'm going to bend my knee in and just rock the hip gently here, honoring your body, of course. I'm being gentle with my right hip. We're going to come into our Janushirasana, which is head to knee. So again, I'm going to prop up my right knee just a little bit for comfort, particularly today. I'm not very stretched out. But you want to bring the sole of your right foot to the left inner thigh. Flex your left foot. Square off your hips. You can bring the hands overhead if you like, or you can just focus on walking them out. And folding forward to your comfort, we're going to do those cooling vowel tones again. O, U, A, E. O, U, A, E. One more time. way up. So you're just gonna take that left or forward leg, I should say, off to the side. You're gonna bring the bent knee, the sole of the bent foot in again. So we're gonna go to a gentle side stretch here. So be gentle with yourself, whatever feels comfortable to you. So you just go to the side and focus on those breaths. You're inhaling for a count of 4, exhaling for 6. About 3 breaths for today's practice. All right, slowly and gently come up and to bring the leg forward then and cross that right leg over top. You can leave your left leg straight out, flex it. I'll take the right arm. You can bring your right arm or left arm around the right leg or in front. Inhale, right arm up, bring it behind. So we're going to do that seated twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. 2 more. And 1 more. And slowly come back to the center and bend your bottom leg. So if it's comfortable for you, you'll stack your knees one on top. You're going to see that's not going to happen for me just yet today. But you'll find a place that you can always keep the foot up like this. So we want to come into our cow face pose here. So if your right leg is on top, you can bring the left arm behind. Maybe you reach the right arm around and press the shoulders back. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale and fold and just breathe. Inhaling for 4. Exhaling for 6, feeling your sits bones planted firmly on the ground. Noticing the breath flowing through both sides of the body. Aware of sensation, and then after your third one or so, gently bring it up. I like to bring the arm that was behind around to counter pose by giving myself a little hug. You can just rock it back and forth here. Good. And so we're going to release out of our cow face pose. Maybe you give those legs a little bounce again. Maybe that's just me loosening up my stiff piriformis right now. We'll come into a boat pose. So boat pose can be whatever Navasana, it'll be wherever you are. You want to stay forward on your sits bones, not rock back onto the tailbone. So maybe you're having your hands behind. Maybe you lift the feet, maybe you lift arms and feet. You can straighten the legs if you like. You can roll the cooling tones. Oh, ooh, it, la, e, e. Oh, ooh, ah, e, e. Oh, ooh, ah, e, e. Lower down. Give yourself a little cat-cow rock here and seated, arching and rounding. Sighing it out, loosening up the spine a little bit. And then you can rock forward or tuck your feet around behind you to come back to that downward facing dog here. Gazing forward, feel free to hop if you like or gently walk the feet in. And then coming up, closing down, and we'll start the opposite side. I've made a mess on this side. So we're going to move into that warrior 2 on the second side. Right hip is surgical hip, so I won't be going as deep on this side. So coming into that warrior 2, gentle for me. And this is where we're going to say Ram. Rum, 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 rum. Hold this one. Now it's the reverse warrior with yam. Yam, yam, yam. Add them both. Rum, yum, rum, yum, rum, yum. And then pause here if you need a little break. Coming into our side angle. Option to use that block if you like. You can have your hand on the ground, the block, or forearm to that right thigh. And so for our side angle, we're going to roll the vam, rum, yum, hum. Vam, rum, hum, yum. Vam, hum, rum, yum. Vam, hum, rum, yum. Bring it back to warrior two. Power push that front leg straight. Inhale, reach all the way out. Exhale to your Trikonasana triangle pose. Same thing, we're going to roll the sounds. You can put your hand on a block if you like. You can look down or look up. And it's those same words. We did three. We did rum, yum, hum. So rum, hum, yum. Rum, hum, yum. Rum, hum, yum. Nice. And then bend into warrior two. Cartwheel the top hand down. Step back to your downward facing dog. Again, pause and take care of yourself. Make any of those little movements that the body is calling for here. If you're doing fine, then just focusing on the breath. Feeling the feet on the ground. Lengthening those exhales. And then when ready, we'll be inhaling the left leg up to that three-legged. Draw the knee in. Bring it forward towards that left wrist. Bring the right leg straight out behind you, finding your pigeon. And then sleeping pigeon. Coming down again. If it's comfortable, you can use a block or rock the forehead block or down on your mat. As we do our cooling tones, so we're going to use those vowel sounds here. O, U, A, E, E. So you do want your hips to be square if possible. O, U, A, E. And obviously let your head be relaxed. I'm lifting mine so that you can hear me. O, U, A, E. Bring the hands back by those ribs, lengthening up, rolling the sounds once more. O, U, A, E. O, U, A, E. O, U, A, E. Just noticing what you notice. Cueing into those sensations in the body. Noticing everything has shifted. So again, we're going to come out of this. You can tuck that back foot. Maybe you lift the back leg up. Shake it out a little bit. We're going to lower down and bring the feet around again. Release anything you need to release here. We're moving into stretching the opposite leg here. So, however is comfortable for you, bringing the head towards that knee, just breathing. Thinking about lengthening the exhales, folding the head as far forward. It's okay if there's a little bend in the knee. Do what feels right to you. It's about the forward folds again, the calming breathing. And then sit back up straight as you rock that hip open. Of course, I'm demonstrating the regular version of pigeon or kapotasana here, but if pigeon is not in your practice, you can do the figure 4 by laying on your back too. So we'll come into our Janu Sirsasana, or head to knee. Again, you can have the hands overhead. That's a little bit more energizing in my opinion, so for this practice, I might just slide them out, keeping the shoulders back. Fold down to my comfort zone and roll the cooling vowel sounds. O, U, A, E. O, U, A, E. O, U, A, E. And slowly coming up. Again, we do that side stretch using your own comfort. And so this side, we'll just breathe. Lengthening exhales. Feeling those sits bones grounding down into the earth. Just like the roots of a tree, spreading and burrowing down, grounding you into Mother Earth. And then coming back up. And so we're going to bring that top leg or straight leg around. So if it's comfortable, you'll stack the legs. If not, you can just kind of bring it out in front here. And we'll do our cow face. So if the right leg is on top, the left arm is on top. You're gonna inhale and lengthen. And then exhale, fold 3 of those breaths here. Noticing where the breath is moving. And then inhaling it back up. Again, I like to bring the opposite arm around, counter pose. Maybe give yourself a little rock here. Oh, I think I forgot the twist. So we'll do our twist now. So it is opposite leg. So we're going that way. Woo. And so you can wrap your right arm around or bring it outside. We're going to inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist. 2 more. And last one. And then bringing those legs around. Maybe you windshield wipe them out a little bit. We can do a couple more of those kind of cat-cows here, and then we'll be moving into one more boat. So you can roll those vowel sounds, or you can just focus on lengthening the exhale, whatever's easiest for you at this point, what feels best in your body. After about 3, lower it down. A few more cat-cow movements here. Last one. Lovely. Begin make our way down. So if it is in your practice, there goes the balance, I knocked it over. What does that say? If it's in your practice, you can move into a gentle plow pose, a halasana, by bringing the feet gently back, minding any neck or back injuries. Just either breathing here, or once more, you have the option of rolling those the vowel sounds, the cooling stones. Oh, I, oh, I. One more. Oh, I. And then gently bring the knees in. You can give yourself a little rock here. You can place the feet on the ground. You're always welcome to sit upright to do this. We're going to do a very quick pranayama. It'll be a cooling one. So you can either do nadi shodhana, alternate nostril, or we can just do the left nostril. I'm going to bring my peace fingers up, lower them down, and leave those other three. So thumb, ring, and pinky. I'm going to block off my right nostril, and I'm just going to breathe in and out through my left. I might be counting to 4, exhaling 6 on the exhale. Breathing into that moon side, feminine side. So we'll do 5 tonight. Of course, I'd probably do about 10. Bring the arms out to the side. I'm going to bring the knees off to the right. Stack them if possible there, and then flatten out the left shoulder and just take a few breaths here, twisting. When ready, inhale, knees back up. Scoot my hips over to the right to bring my knees left. And then I'm going to flatten out the right shoulder. I like to gaze back. If that's not comfortable, gaze forward. 3 breaths. Maybe you even bring the hands back to that Apana Mudra. Or apply some balanced oil for the ending here. And we'll come back to the center, square off the hips. If you want to open up to a gentle, happy baby, or just rock, whatever feels good to you. We're going to lengthen arms and legs out. You'll find your Shavasana, gathering any props that you'd like to have for your Shavasana. Maybe you place a bolster underneath the knees. Maybe you cover up with a blanket, eye pillows. Oils are nice. Making yourself cozy as we prepare for Yoga Nidra. So before we begin Yoga Nidra, roll all of those, you can have your eyes closed of course, but you might roll all of those cooling tones one more time, experiencing them resonating in each of the chakras. O, I, A, E, O. chakra sound as you let the sounds roll through. If there's any place or places where you feel you need a little extra, you can always add just that sound. And so the first chakra is O, second is U, third is Ah, fourth or heart is A, throat is E, third eye crown So just allowing the cooling tones to resonate with you there. Very, very good. And allowing the breath to just ease. And there's nothing left for you to do. Nowhere to go. Just to be. Allowing the breath to breathe you, filling you up. As you feel the whole body relaxed and grounded, connecting to the floor. The back of the head, shoulders, muscles of the neck, melting down into the mat. A cushion for each and every vertebra. Hips and buttocks sinking into the ground. Back of the legs, heels of the feet, heavy and grounded. Entire back of the body, heavy and sinking, like a stone in sand. Top of the body releasing down, grounded. And sensation to the mouth, upper lip, lower lip, the space between the lips, the inside of the upper teeth, lower teeth, tongue, jaw, relaxed. The inside of the cheekbones, hollow tubules radiating out from the cheeks to the outer, peaks and valleys of the ears. Sensation to the nose, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, right nostril, left nostril. The difference of temperature between the inhale and that longer exhale. The eyes, orbs of sensation, shimmering energy. Upper lids, lower lids, the space between the lashes, brow, forehead relaxed, eyes sinking deep within the head to that space of inner connectedness, tracing an invisible line back from the brow, through the scalp to the nape at the back of the neck. Shoulders, upper arms, heavy and sinking. Elbows, wrist, grounded. And sensation to the hollowness in the palms of the hands. and all of the tiny bones that make up the fingers. Right rib cage, left rib cage, the hollow notch at the base of the throat. Breath flowing from the crown of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. Releasing anything you no longer need out of the soles, the feet, out the toes. And then relaxing down into the ground. The whole back of the body, heavy, grounded and sinking now. Shoulders, hips and buttocks, back of the legs relaxing. Feeling the hollowness behind the knees, and the looseness of the ankles. Inviting gratitude into the soles of the feet, allowing positive energy to ground you. And that grounding energy moving through all 10 fingers and all 10 toes. Whole body resting on the ground. Inviting the breath to deepen and return to normal now slowly. And perhaps allowing little movements to return, maybe wiggling fingers, toes. Sometimes it feels good to gently move the head side to side, or to open and close the mouth, lick the lips. And then circling wrist, ankles. And when it's right for you, you can begin to draw the knees into the chest, maybe that one final rocking out of the lower spine. When you're ready, you'll do a big long stretch out, like a good morning stretch, arms and legs long on the floor. And then rolling over to a fetal side position, pausing for a moment, maybe even giving yourself a little rock or a hug here. Taking your time. Recalling any intention, Sankalpa from the beginning of class, thanking the body for all it does for you. When it's right for you, pressing into the elbow closest to the ground, Using the palm of the opposite hand to circle the hands up, you're going to use your upper body strength, returning to a seated position. If you like, you can bring the palms into prayer or Anjali Mudra. Thumbs can come to forehead for honest thought, lips for honest speech, and heart for honest intention. The light in my heart honors the light in yours. Namaste. Om Shanti, 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 peace. So thank you so much for coming to Thankful Thursday. Again, a big shout out to Amy Weintraub, the founder of LifeForce Yoga. Gotta check out her Temple Dancer book. It is amazing. Rosecrest now runs LifeForce. Meditations in the beginning of class are part of a book that I am coming out with very shortly. I just sent the book off to the editor. Shout out to Melissa Carroll. Thank you. Let's see, other announcements. All of the contacts will be posted in a couple minutes on Facebook. And then all of our Facebook Thankful Thursdays go over into YouTube. It's Ashley Lynn Capito, so that's always available to you, so you wouldn't have to scroll through Facebook if you wanted to see one. This weekend, here we're having our first meetup. It's going to be balancing the chakras with yoga mantra sound and essential oils, the doTERRA. So if you're interested in that, look it up on Meetup. It's Unwind the Mind Hypno Yoga Therapies Meetup. Or you can just reach out, it'll have the link. So you'll also notice that a lot of the mantra or sounds are the chakra sounds and the bowls, so it all kind of blends together. I actually write meditations about them and use different oils to anchor that in. So of course I'm available for private yoga, therapeutic yoga, yoga therapy, sound bowls, hypnosis, hypnotherapy, NLP, and Reiki trainings. If you guys have any questions, feel free to privately contact me or comment on this. Next Thursday, I have a little conflict. I'm going to need to be somewhere, so I'm going to attempt to record a class and post it for you. If not, I will definitely, either way, I'll see you definitely live in 2 weeks for a Thankful Thursday. So, I hope you all find something to be thankful for, and I'm definitely thankful that you all are here. So, namaste.